Hello, I am Jacqueline Bell. So, in my sessions, I am frequently asked how to stop negative thoughts. Well, it's important to remember that thoughts come and go. They're in our head all the time. They come and they go as they will. But sometimes people can focus too much on their thoughts, much more than they should. And sometimes these thoughts can be very, very negative and they can cause us a huge amount of distress. It's important to remember that often thoughts are automatic. We have no control over these thoughts. We have no control over what just automatically pops in our minds. In therapy, we refer to these as NATs, negative automatic thoughts. You have no control over these. But there are some important things that you can do. For example, how you respond to these thoughts. Well, that now you do have the ability to control. So when these negative thoughts pop into your mind, what do? Do you focus on them? Do you give them attention? Do you act on these thoughts? This is where you do have the power. The more that you try to stop your thoughts, the more you will encourage these thoughts. So you are actually doing the exact opposite of what you want. You will probably find that it's very, very difficult to ignore negative thoughts, especially if you find them very distressful. And why is that? Well, often you are paying full attention to your thoughts. And this is actually what happens. These thoughts then get worse and worse and perhaps more and more frequent. So the technique that I want to impart today to you is when you do have these thoughts that you don't want and thoughts that really can upset you, try something different. Don't pay attention to the thoughts. Try and ignore them. Do nothing with them. The thoughts will eventually go the less attention you pay to it. They lose all of their power. Now, I know this can be very difficult at first, but it can be done. You will often hear me say things like you need patience and perseverance, and I use these two words very, very often in my therapies. Observe your thoughts, but do not engage in them. Use practice, patience, and perseverance. Do something different. Think of the thoughts as, a cloud. Let them drift in, observe them, and then let them drift away. This is where you have the power. The minute you get upset about your thoughts, the minute you judge yourself very harshly, or perhaps are completely shocked by the thought that you've had, maybe it's been sexual, maybe it's being religious or blasphemous, maybe it's something that you would never do, but it's popped into your head anyway. You are so shocked by the thought that this is where you are then placing your attention. That's how you're encouraging the thought rather than trying to just do nothing with it. So if you are struggling with negative thoughts, do try this technique now. Observe the thought, do nothing with it, okay? Remember that you do have the power and you can decide how you react. You can then observe and do nothing. If you do nothing, these thoughts will go away. Try it and see.